This is the only rune farming video you're going to need to watch before starting the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC on June 21st. So first things first, spawn at the Mogwin Dynasty Mausoleum in the Underworld. You're going to drop off this ledge here, get on your horseback and start riding towards this point where I go right here. Once you're here, you're going to go just left of the tree and then jump twice onto this little rock that's jetting out a little bit. From there, just scale up to the left until you can finally get behind that rock. So once you're up here, just keep running backwards, and it's very important you go to the same spot that I'm going to because there's a death barrier everywhere else on these rocks. Then go to this one rock that's pointing out here and do a double jump off it like so. From here, keep spamming R1 for about 2 whole minutes, and then you'll finally collect a bunch of runes all at once. Like you can see, I just collected about 200,000 runes just by jumping off that cliff there, and I got an Ash of War blood tax. Now onto the second method. So for our second method, you're spawning in the exact same spot. All 3 of these methods start out the exact same. You're just going to jump off this cliff here, like we did previously. Land, call in your horse. And this time you're going to follow my path here and run to the right. Not to the left of the tree, but to the right. Just continue on this pathway. Ignore that enemy behind you if you see one. And you're going to wedge yourself into these rocks here. And then just keep double jumping up until you land on another rock. And then you're going to double jump to the left and get on this boulder here on the side of this cliff. Now this might take a couple tries, but once you get on the side of this cliff here, you're going to go to the right, jump up there, and then just kind of scale this mountaintop until you can finally get up to just kind of finesse your way up and then keep going, and then you're going to see this little ditch. There's like a divot right here. You're just going to want to jump once. You might land on that rock, that's no problem there. Just jump off. And just like before, keep spamming R1. Keep spamming R1. About 1:30 to 2 minutes. Then you'll collect a bunch of runes all at once like you saw last time. For the third and final tactic, you're going to do the exact same thing. Jump off the ledge, call out Torrent, start running, and you can use either method to get up to where we were before. I'm going to run to the right because I feel like it's a little bit easier. There's no option to die over here. It takes maybe a little bit longer to get up there, but you can't die if you go over to the right here. Unless you get attacked by that boss, but we're going to avoid him. So just like before, scale up these rocks, scale up the rock wall. Keep spamming jump. Eventually you'll get up there onto that ledge, go back to the right, and keep spamming. So once you're finally on top of all the rocks, where we were before, you could obviously go back to that cliff, or you can keep going back to where I'm going currently. Back to the very edge of these rocks, as far back as possible, and do a really far double jump off the end. And there's no death barrier here. You completely avoid the death barrier in all 3 of these spots. If you go to other spots on this mountain, I know you can die from it, so make sure to stick to these 3 spots. And just like before, you're going to keep spamming until you see me collect all of these runes all at once. Drop a like and a comment if you're excited for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, and I'll see you next time.